The year is 2009. My friend and I walk into a GameStop out of sheer boredom. Among the titles on the wall, we see some ridiculous game called Demon's Souls. Not Demon Souls. Demons. Like, it's specifically souls that they own, not their own souls. On the back it said you could invade people's games and kill them, so we thought, yeah, let's try it out. Little did I know being invaded would go something like this. But the single player was pretty great. All the reviews at the time compared Demon's Souls to older, more punishing games like Mega Man and Ninja Gaiden, and praised it for coming up with a way to bring the value of retro games into a modern package. So how did we go from this...
If you fondly remember those bygone days of old school gaming, Demon's Souls may end up being your favorite game of the year.
to this?
Has Crash Bandicoot become Dark Souls?
Before Dark Souls came out, Demon's Souls was destined to become an obscure but beloved cult classic. But the abnormal difficulty curve caught the attention of 360 elitists, who claimed that if the game was on 360, they would be way better at it than all the PS3 babies. So when Dark Souls launched for the PS3 and Xbox, it sold well beyond expectations, becoming a smash hit. Again, reviews and critics compared the punishing gameplay design to older games. The success of Dark Souls caught the attention of the PC elitists, who claimed that if the game was on PC, they would be way better at it than all the console babies. So when the game was ported to PC as the Prepare to Die edition, it sold well beyond expectations. The extra subtitle would reinforce a community mindset that death and difficulty can only make a game more fun, even at the cost of level design and stability. So when Dark Souls 2 came out, it sold as expected, and even more difficulty and consequences of death being the primary focus. Level design is thrown at the window and hitboxes are all over the place. And trying to make the game more bullshit than ever to appease the meme that death is fun, they actually made the game so broken that you barely have to play it. So when Bloodborne came out from the same studio, it was like stepping out from a hot, nasty desert air into an air-conditioned hotel with a complimentary buffet. The game had more polish, more style, and more balance than any of the previous games. It was a PS4 exclusive, however, and demand for a new and better Dark Souls game resounded among those with the sour taste of Dark Souls 2 still in their mouths. So, when Dark Souls 3 came out, it was pretty well received. Having dominated the mainstream RPG market for so long, when it was announced to be the final game in the series, fans desperately cried out for more games to take up the mantle. Clones upon clones poured forth. Even existing franchises would attempt to copy the Dark Souls formula. It was soon discovered that any time you put Dark Souls into the title of an article, you would see massive views of desperate fans hoping to fill the void in their hearts with anything resembling Dark Souls. It started innocently, comparing games with similar combat system or game design, but Dark Souls fans' thirst would continue to grow and fuel the profitability of journalists to compare more and more games to it. And now we've come full circle. This series that was once compared to old-ass games is now the standard at which these old-ass games are compared to.
Crash Bandicoot, while silly and cartoonish in presentation, is completely unable to nail its own identity apart from Dark Souls. If you really think about it, Crash is like the Knight Artorias, who lost himself to the humanity-fueled abyss.
Stop it. Get some help.